भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मे ददातीषु दान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागणललिता विशाखान् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामिन्ति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणी नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, both of you. So we are on the final verses of this chapter, Purushakta confirmed. Actually, Brahmaji is answering the questions related to creation asked by Narad Muni. And particularly in this final section, Brahmaji is speaking about the original creator of this material universe, that is Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu. 42nd verse we discussed yesterday, that Karnanavashai Vishnu is the first incarnation of the Supreme Lord, and he is the master of eternal time, space, cause and effect, mind, the element, the material ego, the modes of nature. Everything which is manifest, it comes from whom? Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is lying on the Karnodakshai ocean. So he is also known as Karna Arna. Arna means the ocean. And this is the Kaushal ocean, or it is called the Karan Samudra. So he is Karna Arna Vashai. And because he is reclining, he is lying on that ocean, so he is Karna Arna Vashai Vishnu. And from him, from his pores, all these planets are created. Further, this is a big verse, 3 verses together, 43 to 45, and then there is only one more verse. So Brahmaji continues to speak. He says, Aham bhavo yagya ime pradesha dakshadayo ye bhavadadasya cha swarlokapala khagalokapala naralokapala stalalokapala gandharva vidyadara charanesha ye yaksha raksharo raganaganath ye varishinam rishabhapitranam dayatendriya siddheshwara dhanavendra अन्य चाये प्रेत पिशाच भूता उस्मंदा यदो मृगा पक्ष अधीशः यत्किंचालोक भगवान महासुभात् ओजा सहस्वाद बलवत् समावत् श्री हरि विभूति आत्मवत् अद्भुतारणम तत्वं परम रूपावत् aswarupam. So he's summarizing the entire thing, and he's saying that I, Aham, is himself. Then Bhava, I myself, Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu is Yagna. Yagna is Yagnove Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. Great progenitors like Daksha and Swayambhuva Manu, yourself Narad, and the Kumaras. Heavenly demigods like Indra and Chandra, the leaders of the Gurlok planets, the leaders of the earthly planets, the leaders of the lower planets, the leader of the Gandharva planets, the leader of the Vidyadharas planets. So all these various planets in the three planetary system. The leaders of the Charnalok planet, the leader of the Yaksha, Rakshasas, and Urugas, the great sages, the great demons, the great atheist, and the great spacemen, as well as the all the dead, as well as the dead bodies, evil spirits, satans, jinn, Usmandas, great aquatics, great beast, and great bird, etc. In other words, anyone and everyone exceptionally possessed of power, mental and perceptual dexterity, strength, forgiveness, beauty, modesty, opulence, and breeding, whether with form or formless, may appear to be specific truth and the form of the Lord, but actually they are not so. They are only fragment of the transcendental potency of the Lord. To summarize all of it, there is one verse in Srimad Bhagavad Gita which speaks exactly what is being spoken in these three verses. Which verse is that? Very, very important verse, very famous verse. For those who are studying Bhagavad Gita, to understand the absolute truth. Yes, Ramya, what is the verse? You should all be knowing this verse.
Hare
Wait,
Krishna
wait,
Prabhu.
wait, then they will not think. Who else knows this verse? This verse should be known to every one of you. This is very basic of Bhagavad Gita. It summarizes 3 chapters, even more than 3. In fact, the entire Bhakti Yoga chapters. Which verse is this? Priyanka, आप नहीं है? Where are you? You're not visible? Okay. You're there? And Dayāśīl Prabhu has returned or not?
No,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Okay, he's trying for registration. Let him try. बताओ. So you have been studying Bhagavad Gita for more than 10 years. What is this verse? The Krishna is summarizing all of what has been spoken here in one verse. So many chapters are summarized in that one verse. Seventh chapter, 9th chapter, 10th chapter, 11th chapter. Manoram, what is the use of studying for so many years if the basic understanding is not clear? You get Saturday and Sunday off, but you never revise. Bolo Pradeep, which verse is this? Everyone is appreciating that you know the verses of Bhagavad Gita. So what is this verse?
मत्ता परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चित् अस्ति धनञ्जय वैसर्वमिदं भूतम्.
That is there is no truth superior to me. What is this verse speaking? We discussed in such a great detail. It's talking about all the residents of the various planets, all the personalities with various potencies and extraordinary power. I've given you a big hint. पुरुषोत्तम नहीं आता, पढ़ा ही नहीं है ठीक से. घुसा ही नहीं है कुछ अंदर। प्रियंका, बता रहा हूँ, समराइज कर रहा है पूरा 7th चैप्टर, पूरा 9th चैप्टर, पूरा 10th चैप्टर, पूरा 11th चैप्टर, ऑलमोस्ट समराइज कर रहा है पूरा भक्ति योग। बोलो रम्या।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। प्रभु जी, it is जद जद विभूति 10.41 में ये श्लोक है प्रभु जी।
यद यद विभू यद यद विभूति मत सर्वम श्रीमदूर्जितम् एव वा तत्तत् एवावगच्छ त्वाम् मम तेजो अंश संभवा, because it is from mam tejo amsha sambhava. So in that amsha, the purna is not there. That is what this verse is speaking. This is what the verse is speaking. This is what the translation is saying. That all of it may appear to be specific truth and the form of the Lord, but actually they are not so. They are only fragments of the transcendental potency of the Lord. Mam tejo amsha sambhava yad yad vibhuti mat sarvam. So what are the vibhutis? With Brahma of creation, vibhuti of Shiva, destruction, Lord Vishnu, creation, Daksha, progenitors, Swayambhuva Munu is the ruler, Narad, he has the potency of bhakti, Kumara, he has the potency of jnana, knowledge, Indra, Chandra, whoever, they are all having vibhutis. They are having special opulence, special empowerment. Whatever opulence, whatever empowerment, whatever potency they are having, it is coming from the Supreme Lord, and it is a fragment of, they are just receiving a fragment of it. How do you people don't know this verse? Because you never do study. Individual study you people never do. So you will not receive the knowledge. It will not be converted in the heart. Because endeavor is not there, effort is not there. Actually the inquiry is not there. The desire is not there. Tell me entire Sunday what you people were doing, what engagement you had. You did not come today, Ravinder. You got 2-3 hours extra, na? Did you open the book and study, or did you make a write-up? You people are not writing, you have stopped writing. If you stop writing, it clearly means understanding has also stopped. The knowledge will not translate into the heart because attempt is not being made. What does the 7th chapter speak? What is the subject matter of the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Who will answer? Pradeep, what is the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita subject matter? What is it speaking about? What is Krishna speaking about in the 7th chapter? So many years studying, what is the conclusion? Completely blank. Who will answer? What is the 7th chapter speaking? What is the subject matter of 7th chapter? बोलो पुरुषोत्तम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। भगवान का ऐश्वर्य के बारे में।
नहीं, भगवान का ऐश्वर्य 10वां अध्याय है, गलत है। 10वां अध्याय का टाइटल देखो क्या है, ऑपुलेंस ऑफ द एब्सोल्यूट, श्री भगवान का ऐश्वर्य। व्हाट इज 7th chapter स्पीकिंग? जितना आप सोच रहे हो ना, बस थोड़ा सा सुन लिया, बहुत बड़ा एहसान कर दिया, इससे होगा नहीं। जब तक एफर्ट नहीं होगा सिस्टमैटिक स्टडी का, रिजल्ट आएगा नहीं। मनोराम,
Prabhuji, different aspects of knowledge about the
What is that
Supreme Lord.
different aspect of knowledge? What is? No, you will not be able to give the right answer. From the chapter title, you will not receive the answer. What is the 7th chapter speaking about? So knowledge of the absolute means what?
See, about
Knowledge
both,
Hmm?
about both material and spiritual world, the knowledge is spoken.
Not world, energies. Energies. 7th chapter talks about material energy and the spiritual level. Bhumira Ponalo Vayu Khammano. It talks about Krishna's energies, Krishna's expansions, extensions. How to be able to see the Supreme in his creation through his energies. How is he manifested? Through energies. So if we know the energies, the purpose of knowing the energies is to know the energetic. तो बेसिक नहीं पता है, इतने सालों से भगवत गीता पढ़ रहे हैं, प्रेजेंट भी कर रहे हैं, वाह, ये भी एक कमाल है। ना सिर्फ पढ़ रहे हैं, प्रेजेंट भी कर रहे हैं, बता भी रहे हैं, लेकिन अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है। What is the 10th chapter? 10th chapter is talking about Krishna's opulence. And what he is talking in the 10th chapter, Krishna's opulence, he is giving a graphic representation in the 11th chapter as the universal form. Arjuna wanted to see whatever he has spoken or he has claimed. Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam, shima urjitam eva, tat tat eva vigachatvam, mam eko amsha sambhava. Just from my fragment, Krishna says, the fragment portion of my energies. See, those in the list given from beginning from the name Brahmaji, the first living creature within the universe, down to Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Narad and other powerful demigods, men, supermen, sages, rishis and other lower creatures of extraordinary strength and opulence, including the dead bodies, satans, evil spirits, jinn, aquatics, birds and beasts, may appear to be the Supreme Lord, but factually none of them is the Supreme Lord. And every one of them possesses only a fragment of the great potencies of the Supreme Lord. Thus, less intelligent man is surprised to see the wonderful actions of the material phenomena, as the aborigines are fearful of a great thunderbolt, a great and gigantic banyan tree, or a great lofty mountain in the jungle. For such undeveloped human beings, merely the slight display of the Lord's potency is captivating. A still more advanced person is captivated by the powers of the demigods and goddesses. Therefore, those who are simply astonished by the power of anything in the creation of the Lord, without any factual information of the Lord himself, are known as Shaktas. Shaktas means worshippers of the energies, but they have not understood the energetic, or worshippers of the great powers. The modern scientist is also captivated by wonderful actions and reactions of natural phenomena, and therefore is also a Shakta. These lower grade persons gradually rise to become Shauryas, worshippers of the sun god, or Ganapatiyas, worshippers of the mass of the people, as Janta, Janardhan or Daridranarayan, etc., in the form of Ganapati. And then rise to the platform of worshipping Lord Shiva in search of the ever-existing soul, and then to the stage of worshipping Lord Vishnu, the super soul, etc., without any information of Govinda, Lord Krishna, who is the original Lord Vishnu. In other ways, some are worshippers of race, nationality, birth, beast, evil spirits, satans, etc. The general worship of Shanidev, the Lord of distressful condition, or Shitala Devi, the goddess of smallpox, is also common among the mass of men. And there are many foolish men who worship the mass of people or poor class of men. So different persons, societies and community, etc., worship some of the potent manifestations of the Lord, wrongly accepting the powerful object as God. This is the point. Wrongly accepting the powerful object as God. But in this verse, it is advised by Brahmaji that none of them is the Supreme Lord. They are only borrowed plumes. Very beautiful. Borrowed plumes. समझ में आया what is borrowed plumes? उधार लिया हुआ, खुद का नहीं है, हाँ, उधार लिया हुआ है. किससे उधार लिया है? कहाँ से उधार आया? उधार कहाँ से आया? Borrowed plumes. None of them have any of this potency themselves, in themselves. They have borrowed. From whom? By Krishna. They have been empowered by Krishna. So it is that they are borrowed plumes. From the original Almighty Lord Sri Krishna. When the Lord advises in Bhagavad Gita to worship Him alone, it is to be understood that worshipping Lord Krishna includes worshipping all who are mentioned above, because He, Lord Krishna, includes everyone. When the Lord is described as formless in the Vedic literature, it is to be understood that all forms like those mentioned above, which are within the experience of the universal knowledge, are different exhibitions of the Lord's transcendental potencies only. None of them factually represent the transcendental form of the Lord. But when the Lord actually descends on the earth or anywhere else within the universe, the less intelligent class of men mistake Him to be one of them. And thus they imagine the transcendence to be formless or impersonal. Factually, the Lord is not formless, nor does He belong to any of the multi-forms experienced within the universe. One should try to know the truth about the Lord by following the instructions of Brahmaji. So now comes the final verse of this chapter. Pradhanyato yanrisha amananti लीलावतारन् पुरुषस्य भूम्ना अपीयतं कर्णा कसया शोषा अनुक्रमश्येता इमां सुप्रेषा. O Narad, now I shall state one after another the transcendental incarnations of the Lord known as Leela Avatar. So what he was describing so far? He says, now I will explain the Leela Avatar. So what he was describing so far? What he has described here? क्या डिस्क्राइब किया उन्होंने? यस बलराम प्रभु.
Prabhuji, Purush avatar he has described, Lord
Yeah.
Vishnu form.
Because what was the question? By Narad Muni. What was the question asked?
Prabhuji, the ingredients or basis of this material world.
Yeah, material creation. The overall subject matter is he wants to know the material creation. So what Brahmaji talked about was for the material creation, it is Mahavishnu or the Purusha Avtaras. So now we will speak about the Leela Avtaras. Transcendental incarnations of the Lord known as the Leela Avtaras, hearing of their activities counteracts all foul matters accumulated in the years. These pastimes are pleasing to hear and are to be relished. Very beautiful. Apiyatam karna kasaya shosha. Apiyatam is relished. And how it is to be relished? Through the karnas. Not by drinking, but by hearing. And it also does kasaya shoshan. Kasaya means all foul things, or dirty things, useless things. The shoshan. It will be removed or eradicated. Anukramishya, one after the other. Taimam supeshan. Supeshan, which is all juicy and pleasing to the ears. These pastimes are pleasing to hear and are to be relished. Therefore, they are in my heart. Brahmaji. So as it was said in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam 158, one cannot be fully satisfied by hearing unless and until one is given a chance to hear the transcendental activities of the Lord. Anyone remembers what is 158? Bhavanudita prayam yasho bhagavata amalam yen evashu natushet yen evashu natushet manyeta darshanam akhilam. You have, Narad said, this is to Vyasadeva, you have hardly broadcast the sublime and spotless glories of the Lord. That philosophy which does not satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is considered worthless. Tushet, na tushet mane tat darshanam akhila. One cannot be fully satisfied by hearing unless and until one is given a chance to hear of the transcendental activities of the Lord. So Brahmaji is also trying in this verse to stress the importance of narrating the transcendental pastimes of the Lord as he comes and manifests himself here on the surface of the material planets. Every living entity has a tendency to hear pleasing messages. And as such, almost every one of us is inclined to hear news and talks broadcast by radio stations. But the difficulty is that no one is satisfied at heart by hearing all those messages. The cause of such dissatisfaction is the incompatibility of the message with the innermost stratum of the living soul. This transcendental nature is specially prepared by Srila Vyasadeva to give utmost satisfaction to the people in general by narration of the activities of the Lord as instructed by Sri Narad Muni to Srila Vyasadeva. Such activities of the Lord are principally of two varieties. One concerns the mundane manifestations of the material creative force, that is the Purusha avatars, and the other deals with his pastimes in the form of different incarnation in terms of time and place. These are called the Leela avatars. There are innumerable incarnations of the Lord, like the waves of the river flowing constantly in and out. So how many, where is the evidence of there are innumerable incarnations? Here Prabhupada is saying there are innumerable incarnations of the Lord, like the waves of the river flowing constantly in and out. Less intelligent persons take more interest in the creative forces of the Lord in the material world and being disconnected from their relationship with the Lord. They put forward many theories of the creation in the name of scientific research. The devotee of the Lord, however, knows well how the creative forces work concurrently by the actions and reactions of the material energy of the Lord. Therefore, they take more interest in the transcendental activities of the Lord as he incarnates himself on the surface of the material world. Srimad Bhagavatam is the history of such activities of the Lord. And people who take interest in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam clear their hearts of accumulated mundane filth. What is the verse? Whoever takes interest in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam clears the heart of accumulated mundane filth. Very beautiful verse. बोलो कौन सा वर्स है? What verse is this? ये वर्स सबको याद कराया था मैंने. आप लोग वर्स याद करते हो, मीनिंग नहीं पकड़ते हो, तो याद ही नहीं रहेगा. और तोते की तरह याद भी कर लिया तो समझ में नहीं आएगा कहाँ उसको अप्लाई करना है. अरे अभी 2 दिन पहले रिपीट किया था भाई, उसके बाद भी भूल गए. Where are you, Manoram? Sometimes you become manifest and sometimes you become unmanifest. What kind of wallpaper have you put? You should put Radha Parsarthi photo there or Gaur Nitai photo there. Why this nonsense photo which has no meaning?
Yes, Prabhuji, I will change.
I was resisting for so many days not to say that you will change, but I don't see a change, so I have to speak. बोलो बोलो, श्लोक बोलो. What is the श्लोक? That hearing Bhagavatam, all the material filth in the heart is cleansed. Why only Ramya has to answer? She can remember, others have forgotten. Because in their life there are many more important things, so Srimad Bhagavatam is erased. पीबंती ये भागवता आत्मना सताम. ये श्लोक नहीं आता? हाँ, तो सोनिका ये श्लोक भूल गई आप? भूल गई आप? पिछले दिनों, कई दिनों से तो आप आई नहीं, आज बहुत दिनों के बाद आई. ऑलमोस्ट 1 month, इवन मोर. सितंबर में एक बार भी ज्वाइन नहीं किया मेरे ख्याल से. प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे तो भूल जाएंगे. बोलो श्लोक बोलो मनोराम. ये श्लोक याद कराया था आपको. दोबारा याद ही नहीं करते. मैंने कहा अपनी श्लोका बुक बनाओ, जो श्लोक याद करा रहे हैं उनको उसमें लिखो, बार बार रिव्यू करो, रिवाइज करो. कॉन्टेम्पलेशन करोगे तो हमारा जो कंसेप्शन है चेंज होगा, वरना होगा नहीं. प्रदीप, you remember the verse? Recite.
पिबन्ति ये भागवता आत्मना सतम.
कथामृतम.
कथामृतं श्रवणपुतेषु अमृतम् पुनन्ति ते
पुनन्ति ते विषया विदूषिता.
विदुषितासु.
This is the point. पुनन्ति ते विषया विदूषिता. Whatever they have material aspirations or material desires, Prabhupada is adding the material filth. It is all filth, kachra, kuda. Those who take interest in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, pibanti ye bhagavata atmana sata. Punanti te vishaya vidhushitam ashayam. Clear the hearts of the accumulated mundane filth. There are 1,001 trash literatures on the market. But one who has taken interest in Srimad Bhagavatam loses all interest in such filthy literatures. Sri Brahma is thus attempting to narrate the principal incarnations of the Lord, so that they may be drunk by Narada as transcendental nectar. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to the second canto, 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Purushakta Confirmed. So what will be the next? Scheduled incarnation with specific functions. Leela avatars. We'll discuss Leela avatars possibly from tomorrow. Hare Krishna. So this chapter comes to an end. Anyone has any inquiry or question or contribution to make? No one? Then I am closing. But please revise. Please go through the verses. Otherwise, it will be erased. It has actually not been etched in our heart. So where is the question of erasing? When it has not been imprinted, so it is already erased. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, साई गौर प्रेम।